I'm here with Gorilla, and you're an MBA too. And I think today we're going to talk about how to get an internship. Now, you had a path where you did it off campus search through networking.
Yeah.
And can you tell us about what your initial strategy was? Did you target on campus companies? Did you start off doing off campus? How did that first play out?
Okay, initially, I obviously targeted, companies in the US, and I did a lot of stuff. Went to Wall Street Forum, made a lot of contacts, and I kept in touch with people. I went for a lot of presentations in school, which was really helpful. And I did a couple of interviews, but at one point, you know, it wasn't really forthcoming. So I thought of looking at outside campus to reaching out to alumni and see how they can be of help to me. And they were really really helpful because some of them I sent them emails within like a day to reply. It was really fantastic. I really enjoyed it, and so at one point I just said, hey, I think I need to reach out to people from Africa because the background I wanted to intern in Africa as well
Yeah.
because I wanted a situation whereby I can implement what I've learned to and impact on people that really need it and help them. So I reached out to a couple of alums back home in Nigeria to see how they can be of help to me. Send out my resumes and they sent it to a couple of people. So at one point I got about 4 or 5 interviews.
So they were receptive of these alumni.
Yeah, they were
Okay.
receptive, and I guess because they didn't have a lot of people from Russia emailing
Oh,
them,
yeah.
and some of them never really upgraded their email address on the schools.
Okay.
So another thing I did was I approached alumni relations to give
That's a
me
good
a
idea.
list
That's a good
of
idea. Yeah.
alumni that finished here, both Africa or wherever I'm from, so that I can have a wider range of.
Can I ask you, did you target specifically Nigeria, or did you also include like Africa as a whole?
Yeah, I was initially I looked at Africa as a whole.
Yeah.
So I reached out to a couple of Africans
Yeah.
too. But I found that at the end of the day, some were now based in the US. It's like after coming to school, they never went back
Gotcha.
to Africa. So that narrowed the list down to maybe Africa and Kenya.
Yeah.
So I spoke to another alum that finished here. He's Kenyan, so I did another interview to work in Kenya too. Then the other ones in Nigeria. And I told him to come in for the interview. And funny enough, I had to go to South Africa because I started training in South Africa,
Yeah.
and it was during the World Cup, so it was something exciting.
Yeah. I mean, it's interesting because it's when you go on the on-campus route, you're just competing with so many people,
Yeah.
and it's just hard to get noticed. But then when you target a group that, a lot of these alumni, they don't have a lot of people reaching out to them. I mean, if you're able to find out who they are and develop that relationship, they can really help you a lot because, alumni love helping.
Yeah, they were
Students
really
out.
receptive because the lady I spoke to, class of 2000.
Yeah.
I went to her office, we had a coffee chat. She was excited to see me. I was excited to see her too because I thought over time that probably had few alumni, but after speaking to alumni relations, then I remembered I got a lot of information. Hey, we have
Yeah.
a couple of people down there, so they were able to see me. Like it's a current student from Ross. I was able to pour out my mind to them. Hey, this is what I'm looking at. And, they were really extremely helpful. Because you go to a situation every day. I had one interview. Like, hey, there's this guy that's interested in you. Can you come up? So I really felt excited that I reached out to those alums.
So where did you end up working for this?
It's called Growing Capital.
Uh-huh.
So it's a South African-based company. They've got over $250 million to invest in Africa,
Yeah.
like in SMEs, startup companies, growth companies that want to grow. So what I did was a business development manager.
Yeah.
Over the summer. So I worked on a project on how we can identify companies that want finance, that we can through projects of them ensure that we really make money out of the company. So it was really.
Were you aware of this company before you came to school?
Was I there before?
Were you aware of it?
No, I wasn't.
It's interesting because a lot of when you come to business school, you think of when you think financial services, okay, we got Goldman Sachs, but actually there's a lot of companies out there that are that are only accessible through the network. And I think
Yeah.
you're able to find one.
Yeah, I mean, that's one of the things I was excited about because, I've lived in Nigeria all my life before coming to school. I never knew such companies existed.
Yeah.
I mean, we're just about 7 people in the office, and the company has been there for over 6 years. So the MBA network really exposed me to a lot of companies, apart from where I work now, to see that, hey, there are a lot of companies here very quiet, but if you don't have that network, you're not going to know about it.
Yeah.
So, I feel excited that, I came here because if I wasn't here, obviously, I wouldn't know about the company.
Wow, that's a really good story. I hope a lot of the international students watching this will learn from that process.
It's I really want to, I mean, from my own experience, at one point I was thinking, hey, I'm not get a job. I think sitting back and looking at all your options and, finding that unique spot could make a difference, and that's what really helped me.
Very nice. Well, thank you a lot for sharing your experience with us.
Yeah, I'm really excited.